one.
It is Sunday in Lynchburg, Virginia. It is 50 degrees outside. In here, though, the weather is frightful. ECHA, ACHA, the two collide. It's the Liberty Flames hosting the Temple Owls here at LaHaye Ice Center in Lynchburg, Virginia. I am Taylor Snyder on the call today, joined by Mike Cingroni in Mission Control, Dylan Coyle inside the benches. Should be a good one today, folks. In net tonight for the Temple Owls, number 35, Stephen Glick making his second appearance on the weekend for the Temple Owls. Started out versus Virginia Tech. And in net tonight for the Liberty Flames, a bit of a switch up here, Dakota Chenyuk with a 15-0-0 record on the year through 16 games played. It should be a test for the Temple Owls, one that they are most certainly up for. And in a game like this, Mike, when you lose like you lose yesterday, it has to be about how you start and about how you finish. How should Temple start in this game?
They got to come out guns a-blazing. Towards the end of the third period a little bit, you can see frustration with the team, and they need to carry that over a little bit, but to take that into the play and get pucks in the net, get pucks deep, and get all lines rolling early.
Get pucks deep is the name of the game, and we are underway here at LaHaye Ice Center in Lynchburg. Liberty taking possession first. It's Ian Bowles, the defenseman from Houston, Texas, number 42, best-looking hair on the team out there for the Temple Owls. And it's Van Allen now, right point. Nick Van Allen, wrister from the right point, and covered up by Chenyuk. A shot on goal within 20 seconds for the Temple Owls, a good sign. Yesterday's matchup versus the Liberty Flames. Today's lineup looks just a bit different. The scratches today include Brendan Ondick, who got the start yesterday. Ian McDougall not in the lineup tonight. And starting goalie Ben Auerbach is still not in the lineup, but he is here today in good spirits. Aaron Crossan, a dump from the left point. Touched up on the center. First to reach is the Liberty Flames. It's Jamie Ross. Giazza wrister blocked down in front. Pinned down in the corner, a touch-up by Giazza on his backhand. Behind the net, working it out wide, it's Josh Mallon. Mallon, cross-ice, looking for Ross. Broken up by Barberini. It's Van Allen, a chip. Past the trolley and touched up again by Liberty. Right wing, it's Ross. Ross, a dump. It's Peyton Nash. Nash tallied yesterday in Temple's loss to Liberty, number 12 on the ice. Aaron Crossan on the first pair tonight for D, number 14 for Temple. He'll try to chip that away, no success. And now it's Nash through center. Nash, high slot, looking for Flanders. Leading scorer, high wide, couldn't reach. And now left point. Liberty just looking to control some puck possession. Down low, it's Nash. Giazza first to break it up. Puck still loose now in front of the net. It's McFarland. McFarland surveying to Flanders. Flanders down low, fell to his knees, still kept alive by Liberty. Brandon LeBombard first to touch up for the Black. LeBombard a deep through center. Right point entry, it's LeBombard. Down low for Chenyuk. Chenyuk sweeps it away. Irie looking to fork it out. He can't reach, and now it's Peyton Nash through the right point. Nash plays back for his teammate through the slot. Tried to lift one high. And a stoppage of play here. Net may have come off its moorings. I did not see exactly what happened, but with 18:07 remaining here in the first period, it remains a 0-0 hockey game. Interesting game yesterday for sure. It was a 2-1 hockey game at one point. Temple got an advantage. Two shorthanded goals came, 4-1. The rest is history, but it's a new day here, and in talking to the players last night, it was evident that they knew what they had to correct, and so far in the game, it's promising to see Temple just getting some shots on net, but Liberty is pressuring. They maintained a lot of zone time. Sean Fowler is up to the task, and now it's Ryan Spanier on the left point and an offsides. McDowell had an extra step. With 17:53 remaining in the first period. Sean McDowell, renowned by his teammates for being a hard worker, probably the most underrated on the team, Captain Charles Giazza calls him, number 38 out there. And he is in an interesting position today, playing for the Temple Owls on that second line with Spanier, a newly acquired player in the second semester. Had a phenomenal game versus Virginia Tech, specifically on the back check. Temple could use that today as McDowell plays off the half wall. First to touch up, it's George. George around for Niederer. Niederer whiffs on the puck. Fowler tried to lift and eventually reaches out of Liberty's zone. It's now Logan Hurwitz backpedaling to McDowell, just able to get that in. Spanier pinched in on the boards. Now it's J.D. George down low. It's George down low to Niederer. And a shot from the left point just went way right. That was Bladen Reed. up on the boards, kept out of Temple's zone, out of Liberty's zone, excuse me, and eventually played off by Riley Richardson. With 17:06 remaining here in the first period, it's Campbell on the left circle. Campbell trying to get leverage inside through the slot, blocked down. Ian Bowles. Bowles now trying to be first to the puck. Temple has to win the puck battles in this one. That has been the narrative on this road trip. It's now Liberty backpedaling, a one-touch pass to Wilkie. Wilkie just couldn't handle it. And now it's Carter left circle through the slot. Wrister blocked down Christian Sorensen. It's now Wilkie pinned up on the boards. Temple looking to get it out. Nerwinski whiffed on it, and Bladen Reed able to do the job. 16:33. Liberty has to go deep. Moving around the back alley. A wrap and a stretch. Tight play for his teammate. And now it's Sorensen. He'll use the boards to his advantage. Ian Bowles down low with Carter. Through the slot. Wilkie just went wide left. Liberty doing a good job of maintaining puck possession in Temple's zone. Temple will have to play the whole length of the ice in this one if they want to be successful. It is Carter now on the left circle. Maglio first in the slot, touched up, still loose down low. Wilkie just couldn't close. Barberini now on his backhand. Will Green took a shot on the side and eventually chipped out of Temple zone. 15:47 to play, and right back is McFarland. McFarland, right circle, poked away by Glick. It's now Barberini playing with Flanders. Flanders, he can shoot it, and he did, just went high left. Liberty still got it. It's McFarland now in a battle with Charles Giazza. Around the boards for Flanders. Flanders, a deke goes inside, save Glick. It's now Giazza off the plexi and fumbled at cross ice. Jack Pierce trying to win the battle, and he does, but Liberty has too many men on their own side for him to handle. Going up, left circle entry. Liberty coming through the ice. It's Chili. Chili one touch there for Nash, just couldn't close. It's now Chili. Puts it back deep for McFarland. Peyton Nash, number 12. Has it. It's now Flanders, the leading scorer, and a good defensive play there by Jack Pierce. Pierce now through center. Pierce accelerates. Van Allen, and an offsides call. Giazza, one extra step, just too much.
You know, it's really looking like the Owls are skating a lot harder than they were yesterday. It's, you know, you can tell when you're down on the ice level that they're really moving their feet, and they are winning some good puck battles. It's hard to get, you know, going in a 3-3, the back end of it, especially when you had a game that ended 14 hours before this one started. But the boys are really moving, and that's got to bode well for the rest of this game.
It is a factor indeed, Dylan. It should be noted that despite having to, what was our wake-up time today, Dylan, 12 o'clock?
12 o'clock, bus left at 12:30.
You know this team's got to get some nutrition and coffee in them. No, we were up early.
Yeah, no, we were up early. Team definitely got some coffee in them. All grabbed a cup before they left, so should be energized.
Absolutely. And it's been a kind of an off weekend with these puck drops from a normal to a 10 o'clock to today, and it'll be interesting to see how they adjust, but must say, not a bad start. Just got to maintain zone time. It's Aria one-toucher to the blocker, just hit down by a Liberty player and picked off in in Liberty zone. It's J.D. George. George, right point, plays back. In the deep goes for Ross, just couldn't close the deal. Still low now for George. George, a playback for Josh Mallon. Eventually picked up by Irie, the freshman. A one-touch from Hurwitz. LeBombard, tight-roping on the blue line, still in, and apparently not. Must have just reached out, and offsides is called.
Yeah. Andrew Kager with his first shift of the game going off the ice. Really looking forward to see what he brings today. Yesterday he was buzzing all around but could not get a goal, but he had a number of high, dangerous scoring opportunities. Interested to see what he can do today.
Ryan Spanier at the dot for the Owls, the former Penn State Berks player who joined Temple in the second semester. He's in an interesting spot today on the pairings on that second line with Sean Fowler and Sean McDowell. The line of Sean's, everyone's favorite line. Pinned down in the corner, it's McDowell. Trying to help him out is Spanier. Spanier able to use the board to his advantage, and the puck's going to dribble its way all the way into the Liberty zone. First to play up for him is McFarland. Now a stretch ice pass, it's Campbell. Right, left point, Campbell. Left circle down low, Reed right on the stick. Played back for Campbell down in the trapezoid. Puck's in the air, batted down by Spanier. Spanier down in the corner. McDowell trying to fork it away. Bowles on his backhand to his fore, around the back, and eventually chipped out by Bladen Reed, all the way back down in the Liberty zone. 13:05 remaining, and icing is called against the Owls.
I'm really impressed with Liberty's always moving around. They're never standing still. Whenever the puck is even against the boards, you've got your defensemen just moving, getting some space. They're always looking to go where the puck is going to be. It's kind of like the Soviet Union style of play where the puck carrier was not the most important person. It was where everybody else was. And I think that's what the Flames are kind of attributing to their success throughout the entire season.
Liberty and Soviet Union, that's a comparison that I think I've heard this weekend a couple times before today.
Both have honor codes.
And both are in our history textbooks. As a whistle is called down low, we'll have to see. A face-off seems to be coming in neutral ice. So 12:51 to play here in the first period. It's a 0-0 hockey game. We can see how fast things can break out here. I think the utmost important thing for Temple is to stay level and to continue doing what they're doing, because they're getting pretty good looks right now, but it's all about zone time, and Liberty dominates that category. It's Will Green at the trolley tracks. Puck battle won by Peyton Nash. Played around for Partridge. His brother was in net yesterday. Adam, on the ice is Aaron. Gosh, that's confusing. Adam and Aaron.
That's a good one.
That's a good
one. Great job, Aaron.
The Partridge Boys.
I think they make up for it with the jerseys on the back, though. That's an announcer's best friend right there.
These jerseys are really nice. Now, we did have some Star Wars-themed jerseys in the D1 game before our game last night, but no matter what, the Flames really do come out with a great presentation, both on and off the ice.
Got some nice colors.
It's Garrett Russell, who I learned this week actually is a Canadian citizen. He has access to the country of Canada, a unique little thing for number 26. Garrett Russell does work out, told me about his workout routine on the bus ride. Maybe we'll get to that at the intermission, who knows. Shot from the right point. It's Liberty now. It's Barberini on his forehand, picked off down low. And a point-blank shot from McFarland. A great save by Stephen Glick early on in this contest.
Yeah, McFarland had a little bit of area underneath that blocker where Glick was hugging the post, but it just gets caught up in there. Glick didn't know he had it for a second, but it was caught up in between his blocker and chest.
You can't give him that space to walk to the corner, though. Aaron Crossan needs to have some better coverage on him. You can't just let him go unattended down low. That's the defenseman's job.
Yeah, and to your point of moving around, Dylan, Liberty's doing it, but Temple isn't doing it to the pace of Liberty, which can hurt them.
A shot from the right point. It was blocked down by Giazza. Tried to reach Pierce, but just couldn't touch. So an icing is called once again against Temple with 11:53 to play here in the first. And Dylan, I really like your point about what Liberty is doing right now. They just take any shot they can give. I think Temple, much like yesterday, will have to build their offense off fast breaks.
Yeah, it's going to have to be built off fast breaks. We were talking about it. The Owls are not the most successful when it comes to cycling the puck and getting them on net. They really go off of fast breaks the other way to try and get scoring opportunities.
A shot from the right point. It was Mallon. Blocked down. Darren Carter had the shot. His friendly little 18 teammate, Jack Pierce, who stayed in our room last night, was the first to touch up. Liberty had it for a second. Logan Hurwitz ruined their moment and picked off again. It was Wilkie. Wilkie now, 5-5. It's Wilkie to the right circle. Liberty playing a one-touch to Wilkie just by Glick. Christian Wilkie on his backhand, trying to reach Riley Richardson. He will. Richardson puts it down low. Sorensen, a touch to Giazza, found the wrong color jersey. It's now Giazza moving up with it to Pierce. Pierce, right wing zone entry, tried to put it deep, blocked down. Now Pierce, Giazza first touch up. Giazza, high slot, Giazza on the left circle. Jack Pierce just looking to maintain some zone time here. It's Charles Giazza playing up with Richardson in the back corner. Richardson now moving up through ice, accelerates, find his teammate Sorensen. Sorensen took a shot from the bombard.
Big hit. Jeez.
Big hit. Josh Mallon, right circle. Mallon falls to the ice, and we got a penalty call coming. It's going to be a 5-on-4 for the Liberty Flames. Temple here to touch up. Looks like a trip. And that is what it is.
Yep, Ian Bull's going to the box early, just trying to get the puck, but a stick gets caught up in some skates. Liberty player falls down, and we're going to have our first power play of the game for Liberty. It's going to be a Richie's penalty kill for the Owls.
It's a pretty clear penalty there. Bowles lost his stick, but it did get caught up in the skates, and that's one of those unfortunate penalties where if you have your head up more and swivel the stick around, you're not going to get under his skates, but it's a big opportunity for Liberty to get in the early lead. The Flames didn't go first in the goal-scoring category yesterday. That was Temple.
Luke McFarland, a shot, a ripper, just high wide right. It's Blake Flanders, the team's leading scorer at the right circle. Nerwinski high slot to McFarland. McFarland back to Flanders, let a wrister go. Flanders now looking for McFarland. A touch up to Nerwinski. To Flanders, to Doe. To McFarland, left circle. McFarland being patient. High slot, it's Nerwinski. McFarland thought about it, and he will let one go wide right. And eventually around the alley in the back into the Liberty Flame zone. That'll kill off a couple of seconds.
McDowell let the man in the left circle free a little bit, was aiming too much towards the deep slot with the puck, and that did lead to that opportunity.
McFarland high slot for Nerwinski. Nerwinski up high with Flanders. Nerwinski playing catch with McFarland down low on his backhand, hit the crossbar. Timothy Doe almost made it 1-0. Luke McFarland, left circle. McFarland holds back. It's Doe now, broken up by Giazza. McDowell hard on the puck and eventually cleared out of Temple's zone with 46 seconds remaining on the power play. 9:07 to play here in the first period. It's still a 0-0 hockey game. My colleague Dylan Coyle mentioned yesterday Temple was the first to get on the scoreboard. They're down here on the ice a man, but they got 30 seconds to kill, and Charles Giazza just looking to play it out.
That should have been too many men.
It was very close, Mike. It was very close.
Yeah, well, he was on the ice while two Liberty players who were jumping off were still full 2 foot on the ice, and he played the puck. That should have been too many men.
Drew Crilly, high slot right to the breadbasket. Puck still loose, and now played for Sorensen on the backhand. 13 to go on the man up for the Flames. It's now Crilly, high slot, just missed his teammate Sorensen. Idle puck, crossing around the back alley and cleared out, and that will kill off the Ian Bowles penalty. Temple back to even strength here with 18:23 remaining in the first period. It's Liberty now moving up ice. A touch there for Christian Wilkie, no icing called. Wilkie first to touch up. It's Crossan now in a battle to Riley Richardson. Richardson way above the net. Liberty down low looking for Campbell. It's Kaiser, just couldn't get the right reach. Irie now playing up to Richardson. Richardson left circle, let one go, blocked down, Sean Fowler. Riley Richardson finds his teammate George. It's now George again with the puck. Off the boards, cross ice for Jamie Ross, just couldn't reach him. Great play there by Sean Fowler, number 77, getting his stick in the lane. Aaron Crossan now in a battle. Andrew Kaiser, number 12, behind for the Owls. Around the backboard to Fowler, just hit the skates of Irie, touched up on a Temple player. Icing waved off. 7:26 to play here in the first. And once again, Liberty on another breakout. Logan Hurwitz now for the Owls, waiting patiently for his teammate Garrett Elmer to get on the ice. LeBombard, a turnaround, put it deep, bounces off the stick of Chenyuk. It's Elmer down low, playing with George. Irie now pinned up on the board, 17. Liberty first to get to the puck and eventually played out of their own zone. Temple just looking to maintain some sort of zone time right now. It's been a lot of Liberty breakouts in this one, but they're not out of it. Still 0-0, 6:52 to go in the first. It's Hurwitz at the trolley tracks. First to get it was Partridge. It's now Liberty stretch looking for Mallon. Hit the skates of Smedley. Mallon down low with Smedley. Liberty touching up. Jamie Ross looking for his teammate, Crilly. It's Ross back to Partridge. Partridge wrister, let one go, went wide right. And eventually hits the stick of Crilly, bounced off. It's Maglio now looking for his teammate. Russell through center. Russell down low. Get Russell. Just couldn't close. A better save by Chenyuk. Russell again down low, just trying to follow it up. And two great looks for the Temple Owls. Liberty now skating up through center. It's Barberini. Barberini a play off the boards. Garrett Russell now had two great looks just moments ago. Number 26 could have been a 1-0 Owls lead. Barberini using the back alley across the trapezoid. It's Barberini standing a tall 6'6". It's now Liberty once again, zone entry. Darren Carter and a huge hit Brandon Onyx standing in front of me here. Approved of that today, number 10, scratch. It's now Barberini, a left point entry. Barberini still controlling to his teammate Spanier. Spanier on his backhand, looked to send it through, and we got a stoppage here.
He had his arm up. I think a penalty.
5:24.
It's
Yeah,
looking like a
that's
penalty.
Yeah,
gotta
penalty
be.
is coming
That's
up
gotta
against the
be.
Flames. It's
I
going to be
just-
Carter going to the box.
I was a little in disbelief. I mean, it was the only explanation, but I just didn't see much. Maybe Dylan can pin into the event staff, tap the wire, see what's going on.
Oh, that's the one thing that is unfortunate about not being at the Igloo. We aren't in the penalty box. We aren't at the scorer's table, so we don't necessarily know what's going on at all times. I do know that there's some cones behind me, and I fell back really hard. We'll get that video in the replay soon.
It's Andrew Kaiser for the Temple Owls, who Mike mentioned had a great game yesterday. Andrew Kaiser, man up, wrister, blocked down. Nick Van Allen out there, scored 2 versus West Virginia a couple weeks back. Last time the Owls were home. Down low, it's Kaiser looking to close. A great defensive play by the Flames. Giazza still in. Giazza high slot, wrister up into the fish netting. No, wait, yes, it hit. It was a photo finish for sure, whether it was going to hit that glass or net, but a stoppage and a face-off to come in the Liberty zone.
Andrew Kaiser has been the best player in the last 3 periods and then some here. He's been really strong, and he's only going to get better. He just needs to work on those weights a bit more, and he's going to be able to force himself past any player in the Acha.
We got Smedley, number 15, out there, who's Andrew Kaiser's best friend. Michael Irie, right point. High slot is Giazza. Giazza, a one-touch block down by a Liberty Flame. It was Darren Carter, and there's still 1:10 left on the power play. 4:32 remaining in the first period. Temple, this would be big if they could cash in. Charles Giazza on the breakout. It's Irie. Irie accelerates through center. He'll put it deep. Kaiser fumbled the puck and couldn't reach it. It was Charles Giazza trying to touch it up. Eventually played out by Jamie Ross. So Alex Barberini down to retrieve. 46 seconds to go on the power play. Barberini taking his time. It's Irie. Played up by Jamie Ross. It was Fowler, idle, and the puck way back down low again. Temple will have to retreat. It's Barberini looking for the lineup to form. Barberini on the breakout here. It's Irie. Cross ice to Reed. Reed puts it deep. Chenyuk behind the net. McDowell chasing. Barberini, right point. Able to keep it in. It's Sean Fowler. He'll put it deep for McDowell. McDowell back to LeBombard. High slot for Barberini to Bladen Reed in the right circle. Reed, wrister, let one go off the blocker. And Liberty will clear out the power play expiring. Stephen Glick, a slap of the stick, and we're back to even strength with 3:19 to play in the first.
Not a bad power play at all. Did get some shots on goal.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Dylan had a couple of good looks. A great save by Chenyuk on Kaiser. And now accelerating, it's Mallon. Did that hit crossbar? It might have.
It's the third post of the game for Liberty.
Fowler just looking to get a little fancy-dancy here. Liberty says otherwise. It's now Logan Hurwitz around back in the corner. Peyton Nash in a battle with Logan Hurwitz. McDowell looking to clear it out. A touch by Giazza. Straight back to Liberty. McDowell right at center ice. And Liberty back in Temple zone, but an offsides will be called. I think they got Peyton Nash. 2:39 to play here in the first period. A contest that is still 0-0. Liberty has had the better looks, but Dylan, to your point, you got to be happy with that power play.
Yeah, you got to be good with that power play, and it's happy. What? You got to be happy with it. It was a good power play, and Sean McDowell is on that second power play unit, and a lot of guys will be happy to see him getting some opportunities to get scoring chances because one of the more underrated guys on the team, just a sophomore. So he's really one of the unsung guys that you don't really notice them that much because they're doing so many good things defensively. He's a defensive forward, and that's good to see.
That is always good, especially in a sport like hockey. Sean McDowell, you wouldn't even know what his voice sounds like. Very humble, modest kid, keeps to himself, follows the rules. Out there for Temple playing in the lineup today. It's Crilly now, a chip. Sounded like it hit something up high. I could be wrong. It is still early, how 3 o'clock's early.
Yeah.
Garrett Elmer now right circle wrister. It was hit down by Riley Richardson. 1:48 to go in the first period. Van Allen, a dribble over his stick, eventually played low by Pierce. And now Liberty, here comes Peyton Nash. Left circle, Peyton Nash. Peyton Nash right to the blocker of Glick. Another great save by Stephen Glick. Batted down, it's Liberty, put low by Richardson. It was blocked by Baglio, so Temple able to hold off the retreat. Garrett Elmer, a whiff, just gets it in the Liberty zone. That's the name of the game, but it's picked off really quickly by Liberty once again. It's Campbell now entering left wing. Campbell blocked down by Glick. Ian Bowles for Temple in the back alley. It's Bowles looking to clear it out. Elmer sweeps it away. Russell lifts the stick. Campbell, left circle, cross ice for George. George right to the stick of Glick, no problem there. Richardson using the glove to his advantage, but it ended up hurting him. It's going to go back into Liberty's zone. 50 seconds remaining in the first period. It's now Alex Maglio in the lineup today, number 88, who's down low. Richardson looks up, finds his teammate George. George looks up, goes cross ice, right point entry, moving with it, it's Wagner. Wagner falls to his feet. First to touch up is Kaiser, second to touch up is Barberini. Barberini chipping away. Kaiser reaches out. Kaiser high slot, just a good defensive play by Liberty. Andrew Kaiser has been buzzing once again. 16 seconds to go here in the first period. Liberty looking for one last chance, a game that is still scoreless. Brandon LeBombard, left point, uses the plexi. 5 seconds to go in the first. Liberty going to try to break out, but just not enough time as Christian Wilkie puts it low for the Liberty Flames. We have played one period here in Lynchburg, Virginia at the LaHaye Ice Center. It is a 0-0 hockey game after 15. Dylan Coyle here inside the bench, down on the ice with Charles Giazza, the captain.
Yeah, I'm on with Charles Giazza. And Charles, how do you feel about the pace of that first period?
It was pretty good, a lot better than yesterday. I don't really know how we have the energy after 2 games already, but yeah, we're moving, we're keeping up with them, so it's good.
What do you see from the team yesterday that has changed and improved going into today?
Mostly our D zone. We're getting pucks to our wingers from the D, and they're getting it out either off the glass or hitting the centers. So we're playing a lot more in there than we did yesterday, so that makes it easier to keep the game closer.
Having those posts definitely helps, but it went yesterday. LeBombard hit the post early on, so maybe a little bit of luck going the Owls' way.
Yeah, we can always use a few posts to help us out, so we'll see how the game goes.
All right, good luck going in the second. Back to you, Taylor.
15 minutes have been played in Lynchburg, Virginia. No lamps have been lit. It's still a 0-0 hockey game. Taylor Snyder on the call, Mike Zingroni, mission control and color, Dylan Coyle on the ice. Don't you go anywhere. First intermission. We'll be back for the second in 13 and a half minutes. We have played one period, but in the good old hockey game, you play 3. After 1, it's a 0-0 game here in Lynchburg, Virginia at the LaHaye Ice Center. Temple got a man up, some good looks. Liberty had some of their own, a pretty even kilt period. Temple did a good job of skating with them overall, and this period is really unlike no other because we got a special guest in the booth right now. I got Brendan Ondick here, number 10, assistant captain for the Temple Owls scratch today. Brendan, there's nothing better than this.
Yeah, no, you can't beat it. We're here in Lynchburg watching some hockey, and I just wanted to say thanks for having me on. It's great to be on the broadcast, so I'm excited.
What's your take on the first period of your team's play? And I mean, you know this team better than I do. What do we got to do in the second here?
Yeah, no, I thought we stayed with them pretty well. They dominated a majority of the puck possession that period, but we did a good job of keeping our sticks in lanes there and kind of keep them to the outside of the ice. And when you're playing against a team with a lot of skill, that's kind of what you got to do. You just got to keep them to the outside.
Late, right?
Not let them get to the middle very easily.
A little late here, boys.
Yeah, Dylan doesn't know his mic's on right now, so you're getting live action here of Dylan Coyle making his way to the bench, and he doesn't even have his headphones in, so he doesn't even know I'm talking about him right now.
There we go.
Brendan Ondick on color.
Got to get over somehow, right?
Brendan Ondick, number 10 on color with me, scratch today, and this is a treat here. 19:45 to go. Anyway, 19:38 to play here in the second period, and down low in Temple zone, Stephen Glick in net wearing the yellow Family Guy mask. He is a huge fan of the show.
Great mask.
Forgot to ask him what his favorite episode was. That would have been nice.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll let you know on the bus ride home.
So what's the story behind the mask? Is it just a genuine infection and did like the decal on it?
Yeah, actually, I'm not totally sure what the whole story behind the mask is. A couple of us noticed it the first night we saw him at tryouts and never really got the full story, so maybe that's a story for the bus ride home.
Absolutely. We'll have plenty to tell for sure. It is now the Liberty Flames. It's Campbell pushing it through center ice. Wagner first to meet him. Fowler a whiff away. Doe, goalie switch net. Temple going the opposite way now. It was down in that zone for brief moments. Temple just looking to maintain zone time and talking to Brendan off air, and I'm sure you agree, Brendan, it's a fast break game when you're playing a team with this much skill.
Yeah, exactly. When you get your chances, you got to take advantage of them because you don't know how many you're going to get. And it'd be nice to spend a little time in their zone. You know, the best defense is good offense, spending time in their zone and keep them out of our zone.
Absolutely. Wise words spoken. It's Brendan Ondick here for the entire second period on the call. Drew Crilly wearing a unique number 53. It's well beyond the next number. Wagner down low right into the glove. A great save by Stephen Glick. And the freshman comes up big once again. I was wondering, Brendan, heading into a game like this, your mindset as a guy who contributes a lot of points, and there's two different goalies in here, and this record speaks for itself. What are you seeing out of the netminder for Liberty, and how do you think he could be tested?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we tested him too much there in the first period, so I think it'd be good to get a couple shots on him. Just no matter where it's from, just get a couple pucks on net, test him, and see what he's got.
It is Norwinski having to retreat. Norwinski in the trapezoid around the alley. Van Allen quick to lift the stick. It's a zone entry. Peyton Nash. Nash cross looking for Flanders. Couldn't reach. Charles Giazza now moving with it. Could be a 2-on-1 developing. Giazza a deke and a trip down low. A 5-on-4 coming for Temple. The puck is still alive. Liberty will touch up. And Giazza almost had a goal if not for a trip. He will be rewarded with an advantage. So with 18 minutes on the dot here in the second period, it's the second power play of the game for Temple. If you're head coach Pat Carroll, what are you saying to your team right now? And if you're Brandon Ondick, what are you telling your team? This is an opportunity here.
Yeah, well, like we were just kind of talking about, another opportunity here that they gifted to us. So get some pucks on net here and hopefully take advantage, get ourselves a little 1-0 lead.
Charles Giazza at the dot. A neutral draw. Riley Richardson quick to blast it out of Temple zone all the way back to Stephen Glick. Glick is mindful of the back check.
Guys, if there's one thing that differentiates Liberty and Temple, it's Liberty's speed is unbelievable. These guys are skating so fast. You can only imagine what Drexel's going to be dealing with when they go into the same division as the D1 team next season.
Absolutely. That was a conversation we were having on the bus this morning. Drexel, as we know, moving on to nationals again for the second straight year, finishing first in the ECHA. And they'll be playing these guys quite a bit. They'll get to know each other quite well. 1:19 remaining on this power play here, and there's 17-16 in the second.
Kind of going off what you were saying there, Dylan, the best way to beat a team with a lot of speed is to move the puck quick, because no matter how fast the other team is, most of the time they can't move quicker than the puck. So the best way to counteract that is to move pucks quick and get open lanes and open shots.
Temple looking to cycle here. It's Kyle Smedley now down low to Van Allen playing up with George on the boards. Irie quick to lift the stick on his backhand. Smedley high slot Giazza. Giazza wrister off the breadbasket, still loose down low. It's Richardson trying to fork it out for the Flames. Kaiser bats it down. It's now Irie around back in the trap. Irie on his backhand. A do-si-do for Irie. Giazza, a dish to Kaiser. Kaiser in the circle. Kaiser now moving back to the point. Down low for Van Allen. Van Allen looks up, surveys, looks at his options, goes to his backhand, deals back to Kaiser. Kaiser looking for Giazza, one touch, blocked down. Still down low. Temple doing a good job here on this power play. 11 seconds to go, looking for one more shot. It's Irie in the circle. Irie dancing around on his forehand. 3 seconds to go. Plays it down low for Van Allen. Temple looking for a last ditch. Van Allen blocked down by a Liberty Flame. Kaiser maintains. Kaiser throws one on net. Blocked down Richardson. Van Allen high and low slot. And a follow-up opportunity. It was Irie with two juicy steaks. And J.D. George eventually able to play out a great cycle there for the Temple Owls. J.D. George left point, threw one on, wide to Glick. Liberty down low, picked off by Van Allen. Van Allen, a chip and chase. Giazza will play back. Smart decision. It's McFarland now. Through the ice. Looking for his teammate. A turnaround shot. Ripper Christian Wilkie, and another great save by Stephen Glick. 2 power plays 0 for 2, but both promising, Brendan. Something's got to give in this period, I feel like.
Yeah, no, a couple good chances right there. Some zone time there. We were moving the puck pretty well. A couple shots on net. So big shift here. You just got to build off that.
Absolutely. This is a tough crew for Liberty. This line specifically has been a lot for the Owls. That's J.D. George out there, joined by Christian Wilkie. Sorensen joining Drew Crilly, who has the puck now at the right point. Crilly, quick to deke, down low. A firm save by Stephen Glick on Wilkie. It's Crilly now right point. Crilly cranks back and blocked in front. It's now a pick-off pass. It's McDowell all alone through center. Accelerates McDowell all on his own. A one-man show. Joining him is Spanier. McDowell, a great forecheck by McDowell. And a shot off the pipe from Fowler. Liberty now, it's Christian Sorensen. Eventually able to get it out. Right point entry, Wilkie. Wilkie going down low. Wilkie tried to fork one in. Another great save by Glick. I believe that was Ian Bowles hard on his stick there. Good play by 42, who was from Houston, Texas. I was told to say that on air. It's now left point, Fowler. Fowler let one go high left. Fowler now looking to lift the stick and a tango with Flanders. Liberty now breaks out. It's Sorensen accelerating through center. Sorensen on the right wing. Sorensen, a wrister, goes wide left. Puck's at the left circle now. It's Spanier quick to break it up for the Owls. Spanier shovels it out to center ice. Crilly touching up for the Flames. Hit down, batted down by Fowler, and eventually able to force Liberty back into their own zone. Down low in the trapezoid with 13:57 left. Liberty will try to break out. Dylan Coyle down inside the glass, looking very professional. He gave me the mic salute. That's always a good thing when Dylan gives you the mic salute. It's like a morale booster in a way.
That was lovely of you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Aaron Crossan in a shoving match down in the brink. He's still down low. A puck battle with McFarland. Bladen Reed's there to join him. Garrett Elmer. It's now Will Green, who do-si-dos around. No icing called for obvious reasons. It's Will Green down in the back corner. It's Will Green again. First to play up, it's Russell. Russell moving to his forehand. Russell, owner of the Canadian green card, loves Canada.
He's also a fellow Devils fan. I just wanted to throw that out there.
He is. Brendan Ondick is a Devils fan, by the way, number 10, who's on the call with me if you're just tuning in.
It's tough sometimes, but we get through it.
Absolutely. And a shot from Will Green. The puck is still idle, and it's Garrett Elmer down low, and the puck must have come off its moorings. Chenyuk was tangled up with Garrett Russell. And that's kind of what you want there, a little extracurricular activities. It's Will Green getting to know Peyton Nash. And that was a shot there from Green just moments ago, looking to get his first goal of the season. He had the right idea there, Brendan.
Yeah, no, you like to see it, showing a little emotion here. I think we've been playing pretty well here in the second period, getting a little zone time and got them on their heels a little bit.
We're getting some chirps, boys.
Oh, boy, yeah. Blake Flanders is off in the box. That's the captain for the Liberty Flames. And for the third time today, it looks like Temple will be on the man up. I'm counting 4 skaters for White. And this is huge. Another opportunity for Temple. A still 0-0 hockey game. 12:48 to play in the second period. Shoved all the way back down into Glick's territory. Barberini will break out. The 6'6 defenseman finds his captain, Charles Giazza. Giazza, Deeg moving through center. Back to the right point, down low through center. A wrister, Giazza went left. It's now Kaiser down low in a battle with J.D. George. Kaiser using his one hand. Now it's Van Allen. Van Allen goes back to the top to Barberini to the left point for Giazza. Back down low to Irie. Irie down low, wrister just blocked down by a Flame. It's now Kaiser, puck still loose. Trying to reach Giazza, just didn't have the touch. Barberini, a dish to Irie, his teammate, left point. Irie back to Barberini. Barberini lets one go way right. It's now Kaiser playing with Irie, having a game of fetch. A one-time shot for Giazza went left. It's now Irie on his backhand. Looking for Kaiser. Kaiser returns the favor. Down low for Van Allen. Van Allen, a survey to Kaiser. A one-time blast from Giazza to the breadbasket of Chenyuk with 55 seconds remaining on the man up.
You know, it's really kind of obvious what the Owls are trying to do here. It's kind of like Alex Ovechkin, right, in that left circle all the time. It sets Charles Giazza in the deep slot. They're feeding it to him. He's taking some slappers, some one-timers, and even though Alex Barberini tried to emulate him, that puck did go well wide, high and wide.
Sean Fowler looking to touch up for Temple. It was LeBombard at the dot. It's Kyle Smedley, number 15, keeps it in. Smedley to Fowler at the circle. Fowler, a fumble. LeBombard there to clean it up. LeBombard high slot, just missed Smedley. Temple looking to keep it in. They will. Good play by Reed. Reed down low to McDowell. McDowell along the board to LeBombard to Fowler. Fowler looking to do it himself, and a lift of the stick from Norwinski and cleared out by the Flames. Temple will retreat. 21 seconds remaining on the man up. Temple looking to get a little bit more opportunity here. Time's running thin, and it's Crilly all alone down low. Crilly looking to finish, and a great save by Stephen Glick. Stone cold, and it is still 0-0.
That's a huge save right there.
Huge, humongous. Stephen Glick filling in nicely for the starting goalie Ben Auerbach, who is here in good spirits, and a point-blank rip from Bladen Reed. LeBombard down low, another rip off the side of the cage. Always the most deceptive shot in hockey when it hits the back of the net. Everyone's worst nightmare. Sean Fowler now at the trolley tracks. Teams are back to even strength. Sean McDowell uses the boards to his advantage. McDowell's now down low in a puck battle. Played along the boards, it's Flander on his backhand. A nice touch for Peyton Nash. Nash accelerates through center. Left point entry, it's Nash. Nash moving down low and a wrister back to Stephen Glick. And whoa, a little something after the play. We'll have to see if a penalty call comes. I was paying attention to the net. Maybe Dylan saw something different, but that looked like a hard play there, Brendan.
Yeah, I think Cross got him right after that shot there. Looks like they're giving him a boarding call.
Ooh. Not good for Temple. They're going to go down a man here, 5-on-4. Let's hope Peyton Nash is all right. Yesterday, Matt Gannett going down for the Temple Owls in a similar circumstance. He is not in the lineup tonight, but he is here in good spirits as well, number 7. And a new pairing here tonight for the Temple Owls, moving through these D pairs in the lineup tonight, Brendan. How are you feeling about overall the lineup card tonight? Do you feel like there's some good touch on each line?
Yeah, no, I think it's working pretty well right now. We've been hanging with them so far. We just, like I kind of said before, we just got to capitalize on one of these chances.
A shot from J.D. George, a bigger save from Glick, and Fowler able to chop that out of there. So Liberty will be forced to break out. There's 10 minutes on the dot remaining in the second. A good play by Giazza, waste a couple more seconds. It's now J.D. George accelerating through. George down in the right point in a battle with Smedley. George around the back, plays back for his teammate. George now moving to the high slot, back to the left point for Crilly, who let one go off the plexi, and a stoppage of face-off to come in the cherry and white zone.
Guys, the bench was not happy about that penalty being called, and I don't think Crossan obviously was either. He was questioning why he was going to the box, and just a little bit before that, right around in front of me, he was upset because he felt like he got speared a bit, but obviously the refs didn't see that. That was a quick happening, and he's in the box for just 1:20 left.
Stephen Glick, number 35, in goal tonight for the Temple Owls, donning that yellow, bright yellow Family Guy face mask. And he has been up to the task. It's still 0-0 to play in 9:25 to play in the second. Temple is down here on a Crossan boarding. Is correct? I think that's the call they got. Boarding.
They got him for a boarding there.
Crossan's down on the boarding. 1 minute left on that power play. Liberty looking to cash in here. It's Flanders now. Playing across up high now for Nerwinski. Nerwinski back to McFarland. McFarland dipsy-do with Nerwinski. It's now McFarland in the high slot. McFarland, a wrister blocked down by Giazza. Charles Giazza able to force it out with his own shin pads. Liberty's forced to retreat. Every second counts. And an offsides call. Just try to get a little too fancy. They got number 7, Blake Flanders. With 8:51 remaining here in the second. And if you're a fan of defense, I guess this is the one for you, right, Brendan?
Yeah, nice block there by Charles. Staying in the shooting lane, staying in the passing lanes, active sticks. Doing pretty well with that so far, so we just got to keep that up.
As Brendan Ondick mentioned, a very witty comment, I thought indeed, doesn't matter how fast the team skates, you can pass faster. And Temple improving step by step here. Just need to maintain some zone time. This isn't helping right now. Liberty's still got 19 seconds to go on the man up. They're playing around. It's Flanders to Norwinski. Norwinski to McFarland. A one-touch save by Glick. Still loose on the doorstep. And McFarland able to retrieve for Tech. And the Temple bench approves. A ripper from the right point. It was Flanders. It's now McFarland. A one-touch to Norwinski. It took it a weird deflection and down low. Peyton Nash able to touch up. Crossing out of the box. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Close play there. And it took a weird bounce. Still couldn't get past Glick. A weird line change there. LeBombard tried coming on the ice as Crossan was leaving the box. And a stick broken on the ice. It looked like Sean McDowell. Timothy Doe now down low for the Flames. Doe, a stretch along the board. A one-touch to Sorensen. Just couldn't close. Glick still standing strong. The Flames now down low. It's Johnny Kettle. Kettle around the back alley. LeBombard meets him. It's Sorensen getting to know LeBombard. LeBombard and Sorensen. Now Wilkie down to the ice from the back. It looks like that was Kaiser off in the corner. It was. Bowles now, a hopscotch. Bowles trying to pinch it out, just couldn't do it. Kaiser hard on the puck, batted down. Irie and cleared out of the zone. Liberty forced to get back.
Guys, that's big because Glick's been facing an onslaught of opportunities from the Liberty Flames, and there was a bit of confusion when Crossan was coming out of the penalty box. Brandon LeBombard came on for a brief second. Crossan was asking what he was supposed to be doing. He kind of made an S curve, not knowing if he's going into the play or on the bench, and that led to an opportunity at the other end, but everything's good. Just confusion. Oh, and Sean McDowell's stick, it broke right as that was all happening. So fun times, but just got to get a whistle here.
Absolutely. It's Wilkie now. A rip from the left circle above the glove of Stephen Glick. Still alive, a shot from Partridge up high. Took a weird bounce. Still with Liberty is Sorensen. A one-touch to Wilkie and eventually covered up. Now moving, accelerating through. It's Irie. Irie trying to get in the slot. Irie down to his knees. Irie doing a circus act, just cleared out by 3 Flames. Christian Sorensen now looking for Norwinski. Norwinski a dump and play. 6:20 to go in the second. A touch up by Partridge. Now down low in a battle with Crossan. Crossan big on the boards in this period. It's up high to Norwinski. Norwinski, a whisher, went wide right. And a point-blank shot from Kettle, just couldn't reach. Now Nick Van Allen, back and forth hockey. Here we go. Nick Van Allen, right point. Looking to touch up for Irie. Irie able to get a shot up. And Giazza, a follow-up block down by Chenyuk.
We were talking yesterday about the fact that these Owls need to start bouncing on some rebounds, and that's one of the first ones today that's got to continue.
Absolutely a chippy little shot there by Irie, and that's all he really needed, just enough to get to that net, take that bounce, and you're right, Dylan Giazza right there on the doorstep. Chenyuk is a very good goaltender, and we know this, 15-0-0 on the year. The stats speak for themselves. He will not be easy to get by, but it starts there.
In games like this, you just got to crash the net, get the dirty ones because they don't draw pictures on the score sheet, so they just got to get one behind them here.
Love it, absolutely. Drew Crilly on the back pedal for the Liberty Flames. Jack Pierce, right point. Pierce looking back, blocked down Partridge. Picked off now by the Liberty Flames. Along the boards for Mallon. Mallon lets it go. Peyton Nash trying to reach right along the half wall. It's Van Allen with Giazza. Pierce now a touch-up for Giazza. Giazza looking to chip away. 2 Flames were not fooled. Crilly. Now a pass to Nash, picked off by Sean Fowler. Right point, a good deke by Fowler. Fowler now still's got the puck. Fowler still hard on his forehand, and Fowler eventually met by Peyton Nash. McDowell now on a board battle. McDowell doing what he can here. Fowler still keeps it loose. A sweep along the boards. Crilly to a touch for Mallon. Mallon on a high chip across ice for Jamie Ross. It's Ross now left circle. Pumps the brakes, lets one go wide right. It's now Spanier along the wall with Nash. Spanier, a one-man act. Great on the back check all weekend, number 41. And now down low, it's Flanders. Flanders looking to deke around Hurwitz. A great defensive play. A pass to the left point and a shot there from J.D. George. Didn't reach. Logan Hurwitz now tries to push it away. Meeting him up high, it was McDowell. And a shot from the right point, it was Nash. And into the breadbasket of Stephen Glick. 3:57 to go in the second. I want to try to get your insight here, Brendan, in as few words as possible. How do you explain this period overall?
I mean, I feel like we're playing a pretty good period here. It's been a good hockey game. I mean, like you said, if you're a fan of goals, maybe it's not the hockey game for you, but good defense, staying in lanes once again. It's kind of the theme, I think, of this period is sticks and bodies in lanes and not letting them use their skill to kind of get open looks. And Glick, obviously. I mean, Glick is keeping us in the game here, standing on his head, so we gotta get one to help him out.
As I mentioned last night on the air, it is always great in the sport of hockey when your goaltender can come up big, but you can never depend on it. Right now, Stephen Glick coming up big in many ways, and you're right, they got to return the favor. Still 0-0 here, 3:25 to play in the second. Temple's been skating with them. Liberty is quick, and what was that? A down low play, a collide. All I know is Temple's got it, and they're moving up the right point, and it's crossing. It's now crossing down low, meeting a flame. Linking up with Riley Richardson, Elmer along the plexi and into the fishnet, a stoppage of play, 3:05 in the second. Dylan Coyle getting to know Ian Bowles down there. Ian Bowles has been a big-time bench chirper.
Yes, he is one of the biggest chirpers, and Bowlesy actually had a shot. A puck went into his ankle, and he said it was hurting him a bit. He just reached down. I think it was his right ankle. So every time he turns, it's on fire, he says. So just a little thing to watch out, but he's back on the ice. Think he'll be all right.
Lets one go, and a quick pass from Bowles. Bowles out there, number 42. Interesting little fact, he's an accounting major, and he's a junior. He's also 5'11", and from Houston, Texas, if you didn't know. And he's got the long hair.
And he looks like Jesus.
Yeah, he's the dude with the long hair. It's Michael Irie now on the backhand. LeBombard trying to meet a flame. It's now Wilkie on the back check. Irie now has it. Right circle. Irie wrister high wide left. It's Kaiser now in a board battle with Sorensen. Wilkie. And now picked off by the Flames. Moving up. Here's a circle entry. It's Norwinski. Norwinski met my Bowles. Has to put it deep. It's Kettle. Plays around the backboard. Sorensen meeting Bowles. Kept alive by Norwinski. Norwinski off the plexi. Back down behind the net. Kettle tried to throw one in front, and a weird bounce in front of Stephen Glick. Andrew Kaiser able to pick up the mess. And now moving up in the left point, it's LeBombard. LeBombard took a shot, just went wide right, excuse me. And that's the right idea there from Brandon LeBombard, who scored twice versus the Virginia Tech Hokies on Friday night. Sorensen now right point, and offsides will be called here. 1:47 remaining in the second.
We haven't really seen Temple having any of the Owls haven't been running through guys. Let's just be straight out here. When the puck is at the point, the Owls are just kind of like poking at it and then peeling off. Brandon LeBombard, probably the first time I've seen it all game. At the point, he was just absolutely steamrolling a guy, and yeah, he didn't put him down, but he let him know his presence was there. You're gonna have to do that going forward because Liberty, they're fast, they're physical. You got to match that.
And when you do that, then next time that defenseman gets that puck, he's gonna be waiting for you. You know, he knows you came last time. You're gonna be coming again. So you put that little thought in his head, maybe make him fumble the puck or something. You never know what could happen.
Fast skating out there, Brendan. You mentioned something off air that I found interesting. It doesn't seem to be very physical out there on the ice today as compared to yesterday. I would say it's just a lot of really clean, skilled hockey out there.
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, there's a couple clean hits, but nothing behind the whistle, you know, that you see in some of these games. So it's been a good hockey game, skilled hockey teams, and it looks like they're having fun out there.
We're having a doozy in here. It's a great time. Brendan Ondick here on the call for the second period, and it's been a good one. It's still a 0-0 hockey game. 1:20 to go in the second. Picked off by Van Allen. Looks to find his footing on his backhand to his fore. Van Allen up high. Seeing what he's got. Tried to put a backhander in, just whiffed. Met by Flanders. Flanders, a big body. Number 7, the captain on the team, standing at 6 foot, 180. It's now Van Allen on the right point. Just couldn't clear it out. Moving with it is Flanders. Flanders, the leading scorer, looking to deke out Hurwitz. Wasn't fooled. Hurwitz down low. 50 seconds to go here in the second. Liberty's got it in Temple zone. It's Drew Crilly, a ripper from the right circle, and Glick made the save. Bounced over the net and down low left.
Only 40 seconds left. What a quick game so far.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. A breeze. Drew Crilly, a ripper from the right circle. Went wide. It's now Giazza down low. Moving up, a pass and a one-time touch for Partridge just went way wide right. Luke McFarland up right point. McFarland was met by Kyle Smedley, who just chips it away. 16 seconds. No icing is called. Play on, boys. 13 seconds down to 12. Right point entry, it's Drew Crilly. Crilly, right circle. Centers a puck. Couldn't reach. And now reaching backhand to Campbell there to finish it off on the doorstep. 2 seconds to go, 1 second to go. And somehow we have played 2 periods here in Lynchburg, Virginia at the LaHaye Ice Center, and it is still a 0-0 hockey game. Wow. Brendan, what's your take as Dylan tries to get a player here?
Yeah, no, we're alive and well here. We're hanging right with them. I thought that was probably the best period of hockey we played all weekend so far. So we just got to keep it up what we had right there, and we should be all right.
Special treat for all the people watching at home. I got Dylan Coyle on the ice with Alex Barberini right now.
Do you want to say anything to Brendan Ondick?
Just want to say, hey, how's it going up there? I see you up there in the window, looking good as always, bud.
You look good too, Barbs. Thank you.
He said you look good too.
Thanks there, bud.
All right, back to this game. It's 0-0 through 2 periods. Did you think this was the way it was going to go? Did you think it was going to be something different?
I mean, everyone kind of hopes that it was going to go this way, but I don't think any of us really expected it to go, especially after yesterday's result. I mean, 2-1 after the first, 4-1 after the second, and then 9-1 after the third. I mean, I kind of expected to find ourselves down, but we've done pretty well with the staying out of the box, staying on the power play, so looking pretty good for us right now.
I mean, how has it changed defensively from yesterday to today? It's been completely different.
Yeah, well, I mean, part of it's staying out of the box. We're doing a lot better with that, but we're also doing a lot better with our defensive zone coverage. Coach ran through it before the locker room, before the game, so I think that really helped. He really drilled it into us, so keeping them to the outside is really working for us right now.
Where are the holes that you can see in Liberty's defense?
Well, I'll be honest, there aren't many, but it seems like they love to pinch at the blue line, so if you're able to chip it past them and with some speed, get some odd man rushes going.
All right, thank you so much, Alex. Good luck going in the third.
Dylan Coyle joined by defenseman Alex Barberini, number 55. Barberini, 10 out of 10 interview always. And Brendan Ondick here for the second period. We're about to hit the second intermission here, Brendan. Anything you want to say before commercial break?
Yeah, I thought it was well said by Barbs there about keeping them to the outside. It's kind of what we were talking about a little bit here, and we're doing a good job of that so far, so we got to keep it up in the third period. And lastly, I just want to kind of say thank you to you guys, and we appreciate everything you do. We love the job you guys do. I actually have a sister that lives in Charlotte, North Carolina, so she doesn't really get to go to any of the games, but she listens to the broadcast, and she's always talking about how much she loves listening to you guys. So keep up the good work.
We appreciate your kind words, Brendan. With people like you, it makes our jobs really easy, very easy to get along here. It's a tight camaraderie that we've found out this weekend on this Virginia road trip. It took the southern part of Virginia for us to finally come together.
Your hometown state.
Yeah, hometown state. The last place I expected to come together as a hockey team.
That's right.
Brendan Ondick, number 10, thank you so much for joining me for the second period.
Thank you, guys.
12-17 here till we rejoin you for the third. It's still a 0-0 hockey game. Stephen Glick standing strong for the Temple Owls. Don't you go anywhere. Act 1 and 2 are over. Let's see what 3 has in store for us. It's a 0-0 hockey game with 20 minutes to play in regulation. Storyline, Temple holding strong. Skating with the Liberty Flames, Stephen Glick tonight, number 35, has been sharp. Dakota Chenyuk for the Liberty Flames has matched him.
Oh, yeah, boys.
And for the third period here, it's Brendan Ondick back on the call with me, number 10, Brendan.
Oh, that's a good
joining
start.
me for a third act. It was almost like it was meant to be.
Yeah, that was just too much fun. I needed more.
That's a good start, boys. Come on.
Absolutely. I don't even think Dylan knows that his...
I know the mic's on. I know the mic is on this time. I'm making a joke.
Okay. All right. The mic's on. All right. I believe you. Confirmed. Aaron Crossan now down low. It's Flanders. Flanders trying to put a deke on. It's Peyton Nash quick to retrieve. Nash on his backhand. To Partridge, who fumbled the puck. Michael Irie going to chase it down. Irie beats Partridge in the battle, but Chenyuk, a solid play off the board. Puck is idle. It's Kaiser down low. Kaiser on the backhand just couldn't close. Wow. That puck was open for a long time, and Andrew Kaiser almost made this a 1-0 hockey game. Great look. Now puck is still loose. It's Kyle Smedley. Ripper from the left point. Just couldn't reach. It's now Kaiser. staying aggressive in the Liberty zone around the back play.
That was a great chance there by Keys, but looked like just got under it a little too bit. He was trying to tuck it under the bar there and just put it up a little too high.
Absolutely. Down low, it looks like Chenyuk just tried to play it off the board. Sometimes the bounce doesn't go the way you expect.
Yeah, exactly.
Down low now with him, it's Hurwitz. Hurwitz now moves it up for Pierce, who chips it along past the trolley tracks. No icing waved. It's J.D. George, first to touch in the trapezoid. And now moving with it, Norwinski. A fumbled puck by Kettle. Wilkie bouncing all over his shoulder like Curious George. And now with it, J.D. George. A pass to Norwinski. Picked off. It's Bowles touched up. No icing is called. Bladen Reed there, first to touch up for the Owls. It's now Reed moving with it to Campbell. Reed, a chip along play on the boards. Bladen Reed, a pass to Nick Van Allen. Charles Giazza now moving with it. Giazza left point. Giazza left circle. Met by the Liberty Flames. That was Bryce Harrison, number 6. Harrison has not been on the ice too much tonight out there for the Liberty Flames. And this unit has been particularly effective as they skate off. New pairings coming on for the Liberty Flames. Touched up, no icing called. Ian Bowles first to play. Look back for Fowler, just met a Flame. It's now Bowles on his backhand. A great check by Wagner. Eventually Fowler tried to get it out. A shot from the high point. That was Doe. And it's now Temple in a board battle with it. In the board battle, it looks to be Sean McDowell. Reed eventually pinned loose here. It's Doe on his backhand. Looking up, Bryce Harrison, right point. Harrison, a clapper, met by Glick. And a fast shot to the high point. High slot, Nerwinski to Doe. Doe on his backhand and Nerwinski. Nerwinski cranks back. Parallel to the net. Harrison looking for Campbell. And another chance down low. A great defensive play by Ryan Spanier. And it's McDowell looking to use the board to his advantage. And it's Campbell. Picks it off. Took a shot there. Or what may have been from Spanier. It's now Wagner down low with him for Walker. Partridge at the left point. Partridge a shot up into the breadbasket. Made Glick stand tall. It's now Fowler looking to poke it away. It's Spanier now. Could be a 3-on-2 developing. Spanier just couldn't reach Fowler. Not a bad decision. Fowler looking to play around. Puck dribbling on his stick. Fresh ice out there. Owls looking to take advantage of it. It's now a play off by Spanier. He'll push it back. A pullback, excuse me. And eventually all the way down into the Temple zone. And icing will be called against the Liberty Flames. 16-14 left in the third.
Once again, the theme here, I thought that shift, they possessed the puck in our zone there, but not necessarily many grade A scoring chances. We're doing a good job again, keeping them to the outside. They got a couple shots there, but Glick seeing them, he's stopping them, and we're doing all right in our own zone today.
Got to let your goalie see the puck for sure. Temple, I think, particularly has done a good job of that in this one. It's now Flanders. Flanders back with Crossan. No icing is called. Crossan's got to be careful. Flanders coming in hot. Now meeting, it's Elmer. Garrett Elmer with Maglio. Maglio to Green. Now Green moving up the left wing into the zone of Liberty. Green looking down low for Maglio, who was coming in hot. It's now Barberini, right point. Barberini, wrister took a hop. Down low, still loose. Still loose. It's Garrett Elmer who took a shot at it, just blocked down by the Flames, and a great sequence for the Temple Owls. Moving up in the right circle now, it's the Flames. A pass tried to reach back, picked off by Green. Green now, a play off his backhand, gets it into the Liberty zone just for a moment. Aaron Partridge now, a play to Charlie Wilkie. Wilkie a play off the board, down low, gets his own pass. Wilkie with Barberini. Wilkie had an assist in the contest yesterday to Riley Richardson. Richardson, a wrister from the left point into the basket of Stephen Glick.
I want to see Will Green have some more game time this season as it winds down, because he's really putting in a lot of effort when he's on the ice, and Willie G's just a sophomore, so if he stays with the team going forward, he can really develop into one of the top 2 line guys. Like he is a fast guy and also one of the best looking on the team, we have to say.
Yeah, he's got speed, he's got skill, he's got the tools. I think maybe put on a little weight in the summer or something, and I agree. I think he could be a big piece moving forward.
Do you have any comment on the good looks thing?
I was waiting for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think in the Temple Tinder, I might have commented on his hair. He's got good hair, so I'm not going to disagree with that.
It's now Brandon LeBombard who went from the right circle to the slot. It just didn't reach. A great defensive play by Liberty. And one thing I've noticed in this game, Temple doing a much better job of skating, but Liberty's not really giving them a lot to look at. It's now Hurwitz moving on his backhand. Smedley, a play off the half wall to Sorensen. Now a bouncing puck moving all over the place. It's Liberty in neutral ice. Through center, it's Riley Richardson. A centering pass meant by Kyle Smedley. That was Charlie Wilkie who took the shot.
Nice hit by Kyle. You don't see that every game.
Absolutely. And a shot from Jamie Ross off the breadbasket. And it looks like the net might have come off its moorings because it was still loose when the Glick made the save. So we got 14-11 here in the third period, a 0-0 hockey game. The one downfall of this arena is the shot count. I don't know what it is, but if I had to take the guess, I'd say Liberty has the advantage. But I think one bounce here is all we need.
Yeah, no, exactly right. I mean, he's this goalie's a good goalie. He's making the first saves, but I think he's leaving some rebounds out there, and we just got to get to the net, get to the dirty areas, and hopefully punch one of those home.
This game, very much similar to the one last year, Brendan, I'm sure you're familiar, a 1-0 win over Towson in overtime. A breakaway, you scored the goal, and it eventually got us to the ECHA playoffs last year. It feels like that in the room right now.
Yeah, very similar, I think. And like that game, we got a chance, and we were able to capitalize, and same thing hopefully can happen here.
And there's 2 games left in ECHA play for the Owls. And, I mean, you kind of have the feeling, it's a big hit here late on Malin by Giazza. You kind of get the feeling that this is a statement game. You need to have a good showing here, even if not a win, to make, Lehigh get a challenge.
And also for ourselves, just to feel good about our game and where our game's at moving forward going into those 2 big games. It's important to be confident and feel like we're playing well and get some momentum going.
I mean, it's unique from your perspective because obviously you're watching the team, but even though you're not in the lineup now, is there still how do you feel about like the momentum? Do you feel it even though you're not on the ice?
Yeah, no, definitely. I was down in the room after the second period, and you can feel we're more confident. We know we can hang with them now, and like I said, that builds confidence moving into next weekend for our 2 biggest games of the year.
And they all know about a hot mic, I've heard.
Yeah, they do know about a hot mic. They learn.
Absolutely.
Love
Familiar with the situation. And a wrister from the slot, still loose down low. Wagner took the shot, picked up by Sean McDowell, number 38, and now it's McDowell accelerating through center. McDowell quickly to meet Partridge. Barberini back. It's Aaron Crossan. And a playoff for Sean Fowler, picked off by McDowell. McDowell is a biology major. Interesting little fact about him. He's also, his first game was on LaSalle in the City 6, which is interesting to me. Played against LaSalle. It's now McDowell, a shot right on time, high slot. Spanier, McDowell down low. McDowell trying to be fancy with it. Liberty wasn't fooled, but the puck is still down there. Temple looking to forecheck. It's Campbell now on his back. To his forehand, a clip away from Smedley. Puck is still loose at the stick of McDowell. McDowell moving in the right circle, a chip and chase. Temple looking to get some fresh legs on the ice. It's Will Green coming on. Garrett Russell follow him in the back.
That was a great shift there. We got to build off that.
Absolutely.
Sean McDowell, Will Green, these guys who don't usually get some game time, they are looking really strong.
Absolutely. And moments ago, Jack Pearson, Will Green, puck didn't even reach the net, but the passing was what stood out to me. A one-time blast there from Peyton Nash, looking to get his 3rd goal in 2 days. McFarland, a one-touch pass, a great save. It was Nash again, and Steven Glick is without a stick. Using the stick of his teammate, Steven Glick, just waiting for it to clear out. Looking to make a change at the yard sale. Had the stick of Garrett Elmer. Garrett Elmer gets his stack. Glick has his. Flanders, left circle, ripper up bread basket. Another great save by Steven Glick. Garrett Russell looking to build the half hole. A 2-on-1 developing. Russell right circle. A dish to Green. Green couldn't close and took a shot, but a penalty will come. Temple is going to go on their 4th power play of the day with 11:10 remaining in the 3rd. And Brendan, that's one way to build on it.
Exactly right. I mean, like Coyle was kind of just saying there, these guys like Green, Russell playing well, generate a chance there and get us a power play, and now it's the power play unit's turn to capitalize on it.
This is a crucial point in the game. Temple 0 for 3 on the power play entering today. The netminer is Dakota Chenyuk, who is 15-0-0 on the year through 16 games. He's looking up at the scoreboard right now, and he hasn't allowed one, but neither has Stephen Glick. Let's see if the tables turn. It's Kaiser now for Barberini. Barberini looking for a deflection. It was Van Allen down low. Kaiser now at the left circle. It's Nick Van Allen for Kaiser, and a ripper off the side of the net. Barberini looking to pick it off. Try to get a stick in the lane. A good play by the Liberty Flames. Puts it down deep. Forced to retrieve is Andrew Kaiser.
That puck practically died on the Dashers, so that was why it was a little bit of confusion everywhere.
Temple looking to get a cycle going. Waiting at the blue line was Nick Van Allen. Nick Van Allen tightrope in that blue line. He had 2 goals versus West Virginia. And talking to Nick, I'll tell you, man, when he gets going, he really starts to feel confidence in himself. And he's a big offensive player for Temple. So is Andrew Kaiser and Charles Giazza, the best in show, as I call them. This is Irie now, looking for Barberini. Right circle entry. Barberini, who took a nice check there. And a stoppage of play. We got a penalty call coming. Looks like a hook.
Absolutely. Going through the right wing side, Barberini was just pulled down, and it's a really clear penalty. 55 seconds of 5-on-3 draft towards power play time, and that was just poor. That was poor from Liberty's man in the box. Can't see who it is, but nonetheless, it's a huge moment here. Timeout called by Pat Carroll.
It's our second 5-on-3 in 2 days, I believe, here. So we weren't able to capitalize yesterday, and no better time than now to take advantage of their mistakes.
Brendan Nonick, I ask this question every day on air, and I find it proper that I ask you. If you're head coach Pat Carroll and assistant coach Frank Blust, what is being said on that bench right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think the cliche of getting pucks there and getting bodies to the net is probably what he's going through. But as cliche as it is, that's kind of what you got to do in a game like this. 0-0 game, goals are tough to come by. Goalie's undefeated on the year. I mean, he's making the first save, so we really just gotta get pucks, move the puck quickly, and get pucks on net as much as we can, and then hopefully bang one home in front.
This is a mirror of yesterday in the second period when the hockey game was 2-1. A Peter Laviolette move of Coach Carroll to call a timeout, 2-1. And one thing he stressed in that timeout from Dylan, he said he wanted to just get a quick shot off. Do you think that'll be the same here?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's probably stressing the same thing. I mean, 10 minutes left in the third period of a tie game. I mean, this is pretty much the biggest part in the game this far. So use your timeout, talk it over, make sure everyone's on the same page, and let's see what they can do.
Kaiser at the faceoff. Giazza, a touch for Barberini. To Van Allen at the left circle. Van Allen up high. Barberini to Captain Charles. Charles again, a wrister blocked down. It was the assistant captain, Drew Crilly. Now it's Charles Giazza at the right point, just fumbling the puck. Eventually cleared out. 31 remaining on the first, 1:35 remaining on the second. And as you could probably tell if you're just tuning in, Temple on the 5-on-3 opportunity here. A 0-0 hockey game, 9:31 in the third. Up high now, it's Charles Giazza. Played off to Kaiser. Kaiser once again. Barberini a touch to Kaiser. Kaiser at the left circle. Kaiser back down low to Irie. Irie Deeks. Kaiser all alone, and puck was off its moorings. Wow, that's a tough break. Andrew Kaiser all alone, low slot. He's been buzzing these last 2 games, Brendan.
Yeah, he's a gritty player. He goes to the corners. He's got speed and pretty good shots. So, like you said, he almost had a chance there to get it off, but hopefully he'll get another chance here.
9:16 to go here in the third period. 6 seconds remaining on that first up, so just for a brief moment it'll remain at 5-on-3, and then Temple will have to embrace the 5-on-4 here. This is a huge point. 9:15 in regulation. Barberini, right point. Let one go off the skate. It was J.D. George. Charles Giazza able to keep it in a playoff back behind Barberini, and now in the trapezoid is Irie. Irie pushes it back to the left circle. Up top, it's Kaiser. A deal, cross-ice, centering pass to Irie. Irie trying to feed it down low, just couldn't reach. Puck still loose, and another great save by Dakota Chenyuk. We remain 0-0.
Guys, look for the Owls to begin overloading on one side. That's what Pat Carroll was stressing in that timeout. as the 5-on-3 was getting started. He was also saying to make sure you crash in and help on the face-off if there's a tie-up. So that's what you saw when Andrew Kaiser took the face-off at the beginning of the 5-on-3. You saw that Nick Van Allen was crashing in. They won that. Still, 50 seconds left of a man advantage. Got to capitalize. You haven't at all this weekend.
Absolutely, and one thing to note in this game, still 0-0 Temple though, 4th power play of the game, and it only takes one. Interesting fact here about Liberty, 15th in the nation in power play, but Temple's penalty kill tops there is 112 versus 185. They're killing 86.8% of their penalties. An interesting little tidbit here as they try to get past Dakota Chenyuk. For the first time all season, the goaltender has yet to lose a game, and Brendan, 8:33 to go. Have you been watching his spots at all? Where do you think they could get by him?
Yeah, I think he's not the biggest goalie in the world, so get him moving side to side maybe, and try to get pucks up above him when he goes down, and I think maybe that's how we could get one by him.
It's now Barberini looking to break out. Cross ice, Kaiser finds Charles Giazza. Giazza had it broken up by Doe. Barberini has to go back, trickled back. First to meet him was LeBombard, who played it off the board, got it low. 6 seconds remaining on the man up. A slap of the stick from Stephen Glick, a warning sign. LeBombard down low, tried to let one fire, just couldn't find his own footing, and we are back to even strength here. 8 minutes on the dot to play in regulation. It's now Brandon LeBombard, a shovel off the board. Riley Richardson was the first to touch up. It's now Norwinski, puts Nash on hold. Nash now fumbled it. Bladen Reed trying to push it back down. McDowell skating around. Brandon LeBombard met by a Liberty Flame. Puck is loose. Temple's got to go back. Moving with it out is Riley Richardson. Puts it low. Ian Bowles, first to touch up. Bowles yet to record a point since January 16, 2019. His last point came versus Penn State Berks. Interesting fact, both of Bowles' brothers are on Penn State Berks, and it's been the theme of the weekend, number 42. Spanier, right wing entry. Spanier, a shot, went off the pad of Chenyuk. Temple looking to test the netminder just a little bit more than they have. One little tiny thing can make the difference here. We got 7 minutes to play on the dot. 0-0. Sean Fowler now on the back check. Here comes Wilkie. It's a right point entry for Wilkie, and a one-time shot went wide left.
That just barely went past the outside post. If that was an inch to the right, that's in.
Stephen Glick staying aware. He'll cover up. 6:37 to go. And Dylan, you definitely had a good angle of that. They really know how to let it rip.
Yeah, they are unbelievable with shots from the point. It's surprising that they have been so clogged up compared to what we saw yesterday. Owls are doing a good job of clogging up the middle. They really haven't had any seeing eye chances in the slot.
It's now Norwinski for the Flames. To Luke McFarland, a one-time pass for Flanders. Blake Flanders out there, the leading points getter on this roster, leading goal scorer to add to that. McFarland, left circle, up top, Norwinski, a one-time shot, and Flanders tried to close on the goal mouth. A great defensive play by Kyle Smedley. It's now Flanders to Norwinski. Norwinski, cross ice, stick and lane. Good play, Alex Maglio.
Good stick by Mags there.
Absolutely. Alex Maglio on the ice, number 88, and blocked down by his shin pads. A good shift for Maglio and Smedley.
You kind of have the feeling the first goal is going to be the only goal.
Off the plexi, it's Garrett Elmer using it to his advantage. No one was to touch. Icing is still waved off. Flanders now centering through neutral ice, accelerates. Flanders at the left circle, a pump and a pump and a pump. It's now Flanders down low, tries to let one go and loose! And that was very unfortunate. Stephen Glick squared to the puck, but it's Blake Flanders adding to his 32nd goal of the season, and it's a 1-0 Liberty Flames lead. 5:37 to play in regulation. Stephen Glick just couldn't be perfect, I guess.
I don't like the broadcaster's curse, but Stephen Glick, he couldn't be perfect, but he's been pretty close to it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it might have just squeaked through, but he's been moving so much laterally in the crease this period, really the whole game. So nothing to blame on him here. It's really just the Owls need to come back for him because the forwards need to start putting pucks on that defense too. They got to start helping out Glick here.
Campbell now down low left circle, looking to close in, and a follow-up right on the doorstep. Josh Wagner, his 3rd goal on the season, 6 points in before you could even blink. 2-0 Liberty lead, 5:24 remaining in regulation. A bad sequence here, back to back. Josh Wagner, you cannot let your man get that tight down low. Stephen Glick, nothing to do. You can't leave that much net open on the doorstep.
Yeah, that one's definitely not on Glick there. He's doing all he can.
Absolutely. Charles Giazza at the faceoff dot, 2-0. 5:20 to play in the 3rd. Temple's going to need a couple of quick strikes here. They are capable of it. They've tested this netminder. Nick Van Allen now on the back check. Lifting the stick was Jack Pierce. Pierce playing hard on the puck. A great play by Bowles, getting the stick in the lane. Van Allen on the ice for Temple. Riley Richardson let one go from the point. Still down low is Timothy Doe. Doe around the boards for Riley Richardson. Richardson met by Bowles. Bowles skating through center, accelerating his Bowles on a poke. Jack Pierce, quick pass to Charles Giazza. Charles Giazza looking to deke around, met immediately by Nash. And now it's J.D. George. Campbell just pushes a shot down low. Glick has to make a save. J.D. George looking for something to bounce, just couldn't reach. Ian Bowles now puts it through, 4:30 left. Partridge now for Campbell. Campbell puts it deep. Campbell for Fowler. Fowler now around the back of the Temple cage. Temple looking to break. It's Jack Pierce still in his own zone, eventually out. We're at neutral ice now. It's Mallon, met by Fowler and pushed back into the Temple Owls zone. They have got to maintain some zone time here. They're going to need 2 goals in 4 minutes and 5 seconds. Liberty now coming up through. Jamie Ross. Jamie Ross tangos on the blue line, thought twice about it. Caleb Tooney wearing the newly donned number 22. It's now Caleb Tooney for Jamie Ross, just a fumbling puck, a dribbler, and now it's Fowler. Fowler, a backhander for McDowell. McDowell looking to forecheck. Met right away, it's now Jamie Ross. Jamie Ross plays it off the plexi. Logan Hurwitz, number 19, who made a hard defensive play on Flanders, number 7, in the 2nd period. A one-on-one break for Liberty. In tonight for the Owls, number 19.
You're going to have to look to the net soon because Stephen Glick, 2 goals down, the game, aggressiveness might come.
And a shot there. That was Sean McDowell looking to make this a 1-goal game. And a good point, Dylan. Stephen Glick in net now, but we got 3:10 on the dot to play in this period. Temple ideally would like to get a quick strike here in the man up, and Dakota Chenyuk's not taking any chances. A stoppage with 3:04 to play.
And I do want to add on to what Ondik was saying. Glick is having an absolutely fantastic game. Seriously, it could be a lot worse. It could have some Temple goals on the board too, but Glick has been standing on his head, definitely rebounding from that Friday night game against Virginia Tech.
Big time rebound here, filling in for the starting goalie Ben Auerbach, who is here in good spirits, sitting behind me in the suite. We are in a suite, which is, I mean, just a thing of its own here down in Lynchburg, Virginia.
Yeah, no, they have a beautiful facility down here, so it's fun to check it out and get to play down here.
Absolutely. Along the plexiglass, 2:50 play. That puck could have gone to Mars. Alex Barberini now off the wall. It's Irie meeting him. Kaiser playing aggressive, looking to push it down in the Liberty zone. And it took a nice shot, I believe, off a pike. That was an Old York style type deal.
Yes, it was.
I don't know how, what would we call that? Like an Old Yorker right there?
We coined a term, the Old Yorker.
Yeah, the Old Yorker.
The Old Yorker.
Yeah, the pipes here are just a bit higher.
Yeah, just a bit, just a tiny bit. Right point now, it's Barberini, 2:40 to go in regulation. Kaiser down low. Andrew Kaiser looking to get on the stat sheet. Brandon LeBombard had 2 versus the Hokies on Friday. He's in. Meeting with Irie with LeBombard. LeBombard now down in the boards with Bryce Harrison. A board battle. It eventually reaches Aaron Crossan at the left point. He's up high. Aaron Crossan. High slot met by a Liberty Flame, and Liberty has to push it back into Temple's neutral ice. Temple's back in their own zone, and Brandon LeBombard has to be careful. Luke McFarland on the back check.
LeBombard with a bit of an adventure, but he did a great job getting the strength on the left hand of the stick because he kept that from being a 2-on-1 situation.
Excuse me, I meant the forecheck for Luke McFarland. And McFarland specifically, him and Wilkie have been suffocating on the forecheck tonight for the Owls. It's a team that likes to pinch at the blue line. It's now Kaiser down low looking to center for LeBombard, and Chenyuk just made a better save. Got to be careful here. Line change coming. It was Nash in hot. Kaiser and neutral ice. Thinking twice about it is Irie. Irie pumps the brakes, turns back, and throws it low. Nick Van down low. A centering pass tried to reach the captain. Moving up through neutral ice and through center. Down low, it's Nerwinski. A one-time blast. Save Glick. Nick Van Allen, a dribbler, finally got a hold of it. Sean Fowler, a deke. Fowler looking to push it low. Up into the pads of Chenyuk. Still lose on the doorstep. The puck is moving all over the place, and Temple somehow doesn't get a goal. 1:05 remaining in the third. Down 2. They're going to need 2 quick strikes. Glick moving out after this breakout, but here's Liberty looking to finish. Could not do it. It was Darren Carter. Charles Giazza looking for foul. 51 seconds remaining. Glick anticipating movement. Chenyuk will freeze the puck, and just for now, he'll stay in the net. 46 seconds to play in regulation.
I'm really confused why Glick is still not on the bench.
Obviously got to be looking for some zone time here. Got to get it out of their zone. It was tough. I don't know if anyone saw any differently, but I felt like on that line change, Temple had it, but maybe just a touch bit of miscommunication. That's what kind of forced it down towards Glick's end.
Yep, and before that, another chance right in front of their net there, and just seems like for some reason we're just not getting the bounces today, but we've had a lot of chances right in front of their net, getting pucks there and bodies there, just haven't been able to get one past them, unfortunately.
Alex Barberini, a play off the backboard. Now met by Kaiser. 29 seconds to go. Desperation time for the Owls. Need to get this out. And now Nick Van Allen, a shot on the boards on Tim Doe. 20 seconds to go in regulation. Andrew Kaiser in a battle. Irie trying to meet him. Liberty will control. Riley Richardson, right wing entry. Richardson pumps the brakes, tries to go cross ice. Charles Giazza, 10 seconds to go. Drew Crilly, a weird deflection and a bouncer. Great save by Glick. Campbell down low. Doe looking to add. 3 seconds to go. 2-1. And that'll do it. From Lynchburg, Virginia, Stephen Glick. Unbelievable. 10 out of 10 performance. It just wasn't the way that we thought it would end at the end. Temple falls by a final score of 2-0 and 0 for 3 in the state of Virginia road trip. And a weekend that was filled with lack of sleep, road trips, bounces, bad officiating. Brendan, definitely not the way they wanted to go out, but there was a lot of promise shown out there today.
Yeah, not exactly the result we were looking for to close off the weekend, but I think there's a lot of things we can build off going into next weekend. We played pretty well in our D zone, I thought, and just like we've been saying the whole time, just didn't get the bounces, unfortunately. But a lot of things we can build off of. I thought this was probably our best game of the weekend. We put a pretty complete game together, so we just got to build off that moving into next weekend.
It was 0-0 the entire game until about under 6 minutes left in the third, and that one bounce was pretty much enough to seal the deal for Liberty Flames. But Brandon, there's a couple of big ones. The elephant in the room here, 2 against Lehigh coming up here. You say build off this game. Is there anything specific that you saw that stood out to you that could be amplified against Lehigh?
Yeah, I think specifically the D zone, we've been focusing on that a lot this year, and I thought it looked pretty good today, and that's going to be big time heading into next weekend is keeping the teams to the outside, not letting them get to the dirty areas where most of the goals were scored from. So if we can just keep people to the outside, I think we should have a pretty good chance next weekend.
And as a prayer takes place at center ice, Liberty Christian University, part of team's tradition here.
So we got Stephen Glick over here. We don't want to talk much over the prayers, but Stephen, you put in a hell of a performance. Of course. How does it feel going through an entire game and then that just the third period, they strike twice quickly? Talk about it.
I mean, obviously it's not really ideal. You just got to keep playing your game. You just can't let the first or second goal, bring you down. You just got to keep playing hard all the way till the end.
And you made some good saves right after that. A good rebound from Friday. What did you do differently? Was that just about being on a bus for 7 hours, not moving your legs a lot?
Honestly, I don't really know what happened that evening. I guess I was kind of probably a bad night's rest. Definitely the bus didn't really help that much for sure. But I guess I got to start working on that a little more. But I don't know. Honestly, I think overall And
This was definitely a silver lining kind of game. Awesome job out there, and I guess we'll see you on the bus for some 7-hour trip.
I can't wait. Thank you.
Of course.
7 hours indeed. Can't make it up. I know. 7 hours with the Temple Ice Hockey team. Usually got to pay extra for that. But, Brendan, it's been an absolute joy. Maybe not the results we wanted this weekend, but I've had a blast. And it makes me sad to have to leave, the program here at the end of the season. But I hope you enjoyed at least being on the call today.
Yeah, no, it was great. I appreciate you guys having me. I had a blast. Like, it wasn't the result we wanted, but like we've been saying, we'll try to build off this going into next weekend and take care of business next week and hopefully go from there. So once again, thanks for having me, guys.
Absolutely. Temple going toe-to-toe with the Liberty Flames for 2.5 periods. It was Stephen Glick who stood tall, but with under 6 minutes to play, Liberty struck in a bat of an eye, a blink of an eye, and it was a 2-0 final score. Liberty defeating the Temple Owls. And Dylan, any closing remarks here you want to add?
More that I feel like, yeah, it's a disappointing finish, but the Owls really played well. And if we're talking about playing like a team, this was definitely playing like a team. They did such a good job of just chasing the puck and skating hard, and I think that's all you can ask for. At the very end of the day, yeah, the scoreline might not show it. This isn't going to count for conference standings, but it's steps in the positive direction. It's not 9-1, it's 2-0, and Stephen Glick played on his head. And honestly, it wasn't like he was being bombarded for the most part. Defensively, the team did a great job. So, and I also want to say, because I was literally just looking it up, and then my phone died at 30% for some reason, Navy and Lehigh played at 2 o'clock. If someone can look at the Navy Twitter so we can get a live score update with what's going on, because that game should be over. Again, if Lehigh loses in any fashion, all Temple has to do to make the East playoffs is beat Lehigh twice in regulation in the final 2 games.
I'm trying to get it up here, Dylan. We're obviously having some Wi-Fi troubles here, but you're absolutely right, and I couldn't agree more. I felt like today, and I hate the word moral victory, but it seemed like one of those.
A Pyrrhic victory.
It seemed like one of those, and I like the point that Brendan made about the defensive play. I mean, they went skate for skate with a team that was blazing fast. Even from my view, I can only imagine from yours.
Yeah. And
you get a couple of bad bounces. It was the same thing yesterday. Temple was a 1-goal game, and it explodes, and you can't stop it. Hockey's a floodgate, but I agree. There are 2 more left, and they're the utmost important for the Temple Owls. And
at least 2 more left.
We'll try to get a live score update.
Yeah,
Brendan.
hopefully more than 2 left. But I was just on Navy's Twitter page. It looks like they haven't tweeted anything out yet. So.
Oh, great.
So I checked both their pages, and they haven't said anything yet. So we'll get the result eventually on maybe something.
Don't we love that?
Yeah.
Keeping us in suspense. Navy really didn't tweet anything. Usually they're on top of.
Yeah, that's the military.
They tweeted out the link to their stream, but they haven't been tweeting any live updates.
Let's see the stream. I know I'm forcing the issue here, but if we can get kind of a live look at what has to happen Owls to make the playoffs, it's not a bad idea to talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And one thing I did want to note there at the end there, you saw Sean Fowler, Alex Barberini taking a team photo with a couple of the Flames. It seemed like it was a lot of respect towards these 2 teams over the weekend. Not a lot of physical play, but it's going to get a little different in the ECHA. Got to play Lehigh, Coach Carroll's former team.
Yeah, it's going to be a battle. Carroll
indeed.
was an assistant coach there for a few seasons before going to the NCAA D3 school, King's College, as an assistant there last year. And this is his first collegiate head coaching experience, and I'm sure it's been a learning when you're playing or coaching, high school teams and this sort like that.
On the ice now is the Liberty Flames regaling in their victory over the Temple Owls 2-0 here as we try to wrap things up in Lynchburg, Virginia at LaHaye Ice Center. And it's a long ride back. And Dylan, I got to be real. It's the sort of thing you have planned for the ride back, or how are you going to entertain me? I can't entertain myself, Dylan.
I'm not sure. There's some pictures with some girlfriends over here.
This is joyous.
Yes, of course. It's beautiful here.
Absolutely. Brendan, you're back in Mission Control. Are you getting anything back there?
I got the link, and it's telling me that because they can't stream this in my country on copyright grounds. So that's what we're getting from Navy Hockey right now.
All right, we'll try to update it later, but obviously we might not be talking about that on the stream. But, hey, maybe if I come back up there, we'll try some geo-blocking. I'll be right back up. But a great game from the Owls. really hold your head up high. And what I'm doing on the bus for the next 8 or so hours, I'm going to be looking at more hockey stuff and getting some homework done. It's wonderful.
Absolutely. Well, we will find that out later, and we will keep you up to date. It is of the utmost importance that Navy defeats Lehigh in that game. They are, and we'll keep you updated with that one. But it's been a blast this weekend. Had a great time. Final score here from LaHaye Ice Center in Lynchburg, Virginia. The Liberty Flames 2. Your Temple Owls 0. The Temple Owls go to 10-16-2-0 on the season. Liberty improves to 26-3-1-0 on the season. That's a wrap. Thank you, Virginia. You've been way too kind. See you later.